Welcome to a real hodgepodge casserole modern moron. We're all over the place. We talk about men's college sports versus women's college sports and how college athletes bound for the pros are sitting out critical championship games to avoid injury and jeopardize their professional careers. In Moron Cutting Edge News, we talk about Spike Lee and the month-old Oscars. We plug an upcoming interview I have with a PhD in electrical engineering. We talk about how long a podcast should be. And just as we're about to wrap it up with a mention of our new consultant, we have a conversation about a couple of mutual friends, their trip to Mexico, and a golfing story that really isn't so much about golf. Actually, someone ends up going poop in the woods. And it's not a bear, and it's not the Pope. Maybe you have some close friends who are just like this. Actually, since we only have 2 listeners, this story probably has you in it. Thank you for checking out The Modern Moron. Somebody tried to compare where LeBron James is right now with the Lakers to what Michael Jordan had when he tried to make his comeback with the Washington Wizards.
Right.
Remember that?
Right.
Yeah, after he tried baseball and came back, and he was still hitting like 20 points a game or something like that. And I'm not that much of a sports fanatic, but I do remember.
You know what's funny? When we were talking about basketball, that player that plays on Duke, where his shoe exploded. Williamson.
What?
Zion Williamson,
who
plays for Duke. He's projected to be like probably the number 1 pick in the country.
Okay.
He's wearing Nike shoes.
Uh-huh.
Right? He's wearing Nikes. And the Nikes blew out during the game. Literally blew out, right? Blew out the whole side of his shoe. Right?
Uh-huh.
And Skechers is like just jumping on this and using it as an ad campaign. You know, something like I saw a billboard. Like, it said something like Nike blew it, or just blew it, or just blow it, or something like that. And it shows a picture of the shoes,
I
of the
like
Nike
that.
shoes, and then right below that it says Skechers. We won't split on you, something like that. Right? It was like a great.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
I love it. I loved it. They totally jumped.
That
on
said, is there anybody in the NBA that wears Skechers on the court?
Yeah, the owners. That would probably be it.
Yeah, that'd be it. The owners.
with the Velcro, so they don't have
Skechers
to
are not in the basketball business.
One of the late night talking heads, I like to call them.
Which ones?
I don't like any of them.
Which one was it? Do you remember?
No, but he said something to the effect that Duke University is going to sue an 8-year-old in China for making a defective shoe.
Ooh.
I thought that was weird.
I like that.
Yeah, that's like a total dig on Nike.
Whew. I heard that Zion Williamson was considering, and maybe you can confirm this, he was considering not playing in the NCAA tournament, which is coming up in the next week or two. It's going to be March Madness.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I love.
Which he was thinking of not playing in that tournament because he knows he's going to go and make millions, similar to these football players that don't play in these bowl games because they're an asset and it's an insurance risk. It's too much of a risk. Did you hear that he was thinking of not playing in the tournament?
No, I didn't, and I'm 100% against it.
Yeah.
I think that is the most selfish, self-centered, because you're not. But of course, I'm not Williamson. I'm not going to be signing a contract for $100 million.
No, you're not. And I bet that would
about blowing out my knee.
I bet you would think about it, right? It would cross your mind. It would be on your mind constantly. Like, I can't get hurt.
But how do you treat your other teammates like that? How do you not support your team? To me, drafting somebody like that would be a big red flag for me.
Yeah,
that would be a big red flag. I'm just saying, it's hard for me because I'm not in his position, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but it's a lot of money. But God, I would look at my team and go, I'm totally letting the university down. I'm letting my team down. I'm letting a lot of people down, and maybe they don't care. I mean, the NCAA is a racket in itself with these players, in my opinion.
Oh my God,
and,
big business, big money.
They're making billions and billions of dollars off these student athletes, and maybe it's a good call for him. I just feel bad for the other teammates. I feel bad for his team. I don't feel bad for Duke, actually. I feel bad for his team. I would.
The actual players.
The actual players, yeah. That's why I would let them down.
I went to see my daughter's had a friend who played. She's 9, 10-year-olds playing basketball. And these girls were, playing, they're just learning how to dribble. And it's organized that there's a couple of refs and they'll call things if they're blatant, but they're just letting them learn. And I was watching these girls play basketball and there was a couple of hard fouls, and never once there's no ego and there's no thought of confrontation or conflict with another player like there would be with boys. And it made me think how beautiful college sports is on the women's side. It's just about playing the sport and getting an education. It's not a springboard to professional sports. It's too bad, in a way, the college, that's just a farm league for professional sports. It's not like girls that play basketball in Division I teams and basketball and volleyball and soccer or softball. They're not doing it to get into the WNBA. It's a vehicle to an education. That's awesome. That's the way it should be. It shouldn't just be, I'm studying football 24/7.
Once again, I agree with you. And I think that, what do you do? What do you have, like 2 leagues? Maybe football as well as basketball?
They just started a new football league. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. I would do the Johnny Carson impression, but I can't do that.
They started a new league right now. It's playing.
I did not know that. However, how do you, do you just have a league of student athletes who really want to get a degree and graduate and go into the workforce? And then you have another league?
I think they would have to say, like you just said, the
NCAA?
NCAA. The NCAA is making way too much money to say, you know what? It's more important for our kids to get educations than it is to win a title at football. So we're going to make it mandatory that every one of our athletes that comes into our university is going to get a bachelor's degree, period. You can't just play football, guys. We love you too much and we want you to get an education. Please, that would never happen. It would
never happen. Yeah, but are you denying then the Williamsons of the world who say, I don't need a degree. I'm going to sign for $100 million. I'm going to be the number 1 pick.
Then I agree with you. Then go like they do with baseball or a lot of baseball teams.
Yeah. Have a minor league.
Go to a D league. They're developing a D league in basketball.
Yeah, I think that would be a good alternative. But you're right. The NCAA will never allow that. Never, because
they're making way too much money.
It's a racket, and it's a racket on the backs of the student athletes, in my opinion. That's all. There you go.
Wow. We've talked for almost 43 minutes.
The only thing I wanted to bring up that we haven't talked about yet, quickly, I don't want to dwell on it, is the Oscars. Okay.
Oh, please. Whatever you're going to bring up, we can't go by that quickly. Please. Because I know what you want to say.
What? I don't care about any of those numbers.
Do you really want to talk about the Oscars?
Spike Lee.
Right, go ahead.
Yeah, I told you. I already told you this. Spike Lee my butt. Okay. Because he is wrong, okay? His movie was great, but Green Book was better. Just my 2 cents.
Said the white guy. We had this discussion. We're a couple.
How do you know?
I mean, it's such a
what
fucking
did I
example.
tell you at a
It is
previous
such
podcast?
a glaring example of white privilege. You and I just.
I have Native American blood in me. We've already discussed this, and it's been proven.
I'm going to give you some Native American blood up your ass.
Okay. You know what?
Okay, make your point about Spike Lee.
Let me tell you.
What is your point?
I'm just telling you, from a movie's perspective, Green Book was a better movie.
And I said
it was. His movie was great. His movie was great. Don't get me wrong.
Said the white guy.
But
said the white guy.
It seems very similar to Driverless Daisy. They just changed the driving positions.
When they won the award, and I told you, when they won the award, can I please speak? Now you are interrupting me.
It's getting nasty.
When they won the award, they all walked up on stage, and there were a bunch of white guys that wrote the script for a black man's story, which you can't know. Spike Lee was pissed off, and I think. But by the way, I think Spike Lee's a nut. He's a nutty old man now too, just like us.
I made a bad call.
I think his thing was, and me saying what I think his thing was, is me doing the same fucking thing. I'm being white privileged. Well, what Mr. Lee was feeling was blah 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 blah. I can't say what he was feeling. I can pontificate about it and say that he was saying, how do you know what a black man's experience is? You're going to write a script. It was all syrupy sweet. How this connection between the white guy and the black guy, right? The driver of the car, I haven't seen it yet, and the guy in the back seat. And okay, you tell me how you're wrong. How you know about the black man's experience, because you talked to Willie Mays once. Go, please.
Oh, here we go. You're jealous. Okay, look who won. Best actor. Was he a white man? No, he's Egyptian.
Yes,
did you know that?
I did know that. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if he's from Egypt. But he's not Caucasian, put it that way. Best actress, she's British, woman, white.
You are so white. Okay.
Number 2.
All right, Snowflake. What?
Number 2, Best Supporting Actor, Ali.
Mhm.
Excellent performance. A
Mhm.
African American, a very, very good
Mhm.
actor,
Mhm.
black man. If Beale Street Could Talk, Best Supporting Actress. Excellent movie. Deep. That was a
Oh,
tough
really?
movie to watch.
There was a lot of tough movies
However,
to watch this year.
A
Okay.
Black Woman. Okay, so I didn't see in the top four top awards, I didn't see one
Okay.
white man in there.
I
Did you see a
didn't
white
watch
man
it.
in
I don't
there?
watch the
I
Oscars.
didn't.
I really don't care.
Okay. I'm just going to tell you, out of those 4 top awards, I didn't see one
Okay,
white man. I'm just saying.
Well,
I'm
then
just
you
saying.
said it. Stop talking. I think you have to go over the history of the Oscars, not just this last one.
Oh, geez. Oh, here we go. See, now you're backtracking over the history.
Oh my
We're not talking about
God.
the history. I'm talking about the
Oh,
Oscars
okay.
that just happened.
Of course, you
I'm
don't
not
want to
talking
talk about history because it doesn't
Okay,
work
you
out the
wanna-
way you fucking want
Oh.
your argument to work out.
No,
right?
no. I'm talking about this Oscar. I would agree with you in the previous. You want to go back to
Sidney Poitier.
Jimmy Stewart and Humphrey Bogart and yeah. I mean, you want to go back to all those white guys? Sure.
Well, it's
Yeah,
been that
of
way
course.
up
It's
until
terrible. It's wrong. It's been that way up until about
maybe a
ago.
week ago. I don't know. I would also say award show just for people of color. They have them for Latino, right? And I think you
Yeah,
said
yeah,
this.
yeah,
If we
yeah.
had one to recognize all the great work white people did, we would get in trouble.
We do. It's
Yeah,
called the Oscars.
and my second thing is we already do, and it's called the Oscars and the Emmys and every award.
I guess that's Spike Lee's.
That's his
point.
Thank you.
Next question.
Thank you. All right. Wonderful.
Oh boy, we touched on a
White
lot.
people
Okay.
solving all problems. Oh God, if they would just listen to us, things would be just smooth sailing.
Let me take another sip.
I'm not going down that rabbit hole with you.
You the man. No, you the man. No, you the man. No, you the man. No, you the man.
Is there anything
going
else you
down
want to talk about?
Too exhausting. Oh God, there's so much. I could stay on the phone with you another hour.
I interviewed
Easy.
a PhD in engineering. He has a PhD in electrical engineering from the University of California, Berkeley. That's where he got his PhD. He has a Master of Science in Applied Ocean Science from the Scripps Institute of Oceanography at UC San Diego. He did his dissertation research explored the creation of a smart and scalable solar microgrid. He got his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from Rice University. And we ended up having a talk about
I like rice,
the university or the staple.
sushi.
Okay, very wonderful. That's some of the comedy stylings of the senator. We had a discussion about spirituality and levels of consciousness, and I think you would have dug it.
Yeah, well, I'd like to be on that interview. Thank you for the invite.
Dude, I do want to do that. I need your perspective.
You need my perspective. You need my perspective
Yeah.
with these
Okay.
scientists. I'm serious because I know.
Oh, then
well,
why
I don't
do I need
know.
your
I don't
perspective?
know anything about really
Which is
much of
holy
anything. However, but I
Okay.
I don't know anything about
All right.
science. I know
Okay.
history. I do
Well,
like history.
I got
I
a
do
lot
like
of work
history.
to do now. Yeah, one of
You
the
do?
things that they say in
Yes.
podcasts to make to make yours stand out is to edit stuff down. And I think a lot of people, I see these podcasts that are an hour, hour and a half.
Blah, blah, blah.
Well, the way people consume podcasts, it's not like, oh, if I turn off Howard Stern when he was on live radio, I'll miss the rest of his show. You can listen to part of his show and then listen. People consume content now
Right.
when
Right.
they want and for as much as they want. They'll listen to part of a podcast and then listen to more of it later.
Well, what do you think is the perfect?
Optimum
I
length?
shouldn't say. I think probably
It's
20
20
to 30
minutes.
minutes.
Most
max.
people listen to
Okay.
podcasts for about 20 minutes, which is the average commute. So I've been making our episodes
Yeah.
between 20 and 30 minutes. Yeah.
Well, you have 2 episodes right here.
Yeah, I've got to figure out, other than me babbling at about 45 minutes in, throw out right there. So
I didn't interrupt you though.
That
You
first
noticed I
one you did not.
interrupt you. Man, you were going off.
What?
I wanted to say
what
take
was
a
going
breath. I
off
think
on?
I did.
Oh, about being up in the meditation land. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got such valuable things to say.
Boring.
I actually put my
you?
headphones down. I went
Did
and got
you?
coffee.
You fucking
Yes. No. See? Oh, God, you get mad. Woo!
you went and took a shower. I got ready for work. I
Oh, my
fucking
God.
had sex with my wife. Came back with the headphones on. You were still talking. Oh, good job.
Oh my God. All right. You can use this and send it to
Our consultant. That's what I was thinking. I don't like that
our
nickname.
consultant. So told me that when they went down to Mexico in June,
Uh-huh.
right? Or I'm sorry, January.
No, it was just a year ago.
Was it-
They went there
was it
in
just a year ago?
February.
Could have been last year.
They were there a few weeks ago.
Did he go?
Yes.
Did he go with?
Yep. They all went together.
Okay. All right. Sorry. So they go down and goes and he takes his morning. Okay. And they're golfing with some other guys, and it's the three of them, and it's like, okay, whatever. And they get to the golf course and he has to do another one, right? Like, oh, okay.
Has to do a follow up.
Yeah, follow up, no problem. Okay, whatever. So they're out on the course and they're 3 or 4, 5 holes into their round, and it's like, I gotta go, and there's no bathroom around, right? No bathroom. And it's like, well, do what you got to do, So jumps into the
Pop a
bushes.
squat in the weeds. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And he says, so they play through. He stays behind. Does
He
his
says, "I'll
deed.
catch up with you on the next hole."
And so the other gentleman and are moving up onto the green, and there happens to be a bathroom up there, right? He could have waited 5 minutes.
There would have been
and there was a
bathroom.
But he's still back in the bushes, right? He finally catches up with him and looks down at gives him the once over, and he looks down and he goes, "You only got one sock on." And he goes, "Yeah, well, I had to take my sock off and
Wipe
use
it.
it." Wipe it.
Well, why didn't you just wipe twice and go with no? Why walk around with one sock on, one sock?
That's my whole point. Oh, you're brilliant. You're brilliant.
Do a follow up wipe.
Because you can get away without having socks on.
Yeah.
Right? You can get away with that golfing. Oh, I don't have any socks on. Why would you leave one sock on?
Why would you only wipe your ass once? Ew! Come on, you're gonna need that second sock for a courtesy wipe after another hole or two.
That's what it's like. Well, why didn't you just use 2 socks? So the rest of the trip, they're calling them one sock. So, calling him one sock. So, when I was gonna text, call him one sock because he had him going the whole time.
You know
One
how
sock.
butchers the English language worse than you do, and you know that. But he's such a friendly guy. So they're walking down the street in town, and they're at least trying. The other folks are like, "Buenos dias, buenos tardes, good afternoon, good morning, hello," and just going, instead of buenos dias or buenos tardes, good afternoon, he's saying bueno. He's just saying, "Hey, bueno." So finally, he says, "Hey, asshole, it's buenos dias." You're walking up to everybody and saying, "Hey, good. Hey, good. Walking down the street, good. Pointing at people, good. Who does that? Does that? Good. Excuse me, good. Just want to say good to you.
So awesome. Well, I can't wait to talk to
We got
one
great
talk.
friends. We have great friends.
We do. That we do. I'm blessed that we do. We really do.
I want to say that I have the best friends in the world. But after publicly gossiping about them, or rather you, I guess I could actually be friendless. But we did bleep out the names to protect the guilty. Thank you, sincerely, for checking out another episode of The Modern Moron. And remember, laughter is always the best medicine, except for erectile dysfunction. See you next time.